Today, it's Madden NFL football. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Cleveland Browns.
With its distinctive swimming pools in the upper deck, there's a look inside Everbank Stadium here in Duval County, Florida. Happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. And before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams. And the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
The word is potential, potential, potential. Think about this guy from the time he was in high school, one of the top prospects going to college, coming out of college, mentioned as a generational type quarterback. He looks the part. Tall, big arm, surveys the field, and can take off and run when under duress.
They go play action with Lawrence. Well, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
Here we go. Panther 60. Panther 60.
The handoff to Ford up the middle. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, Sanders. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Hopkins' kick is good, and the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Ezra Cleveland, the guard, called for the penalty there. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. And that is incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. And it looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Sanders. That's caught left side by Judy. And he's going to be touched down right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Looking to throw. Sanders. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A big play that time on the catch and run. 38 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. This is caught. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. A carry here for the big tight end. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Trey McKinney. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. ETN. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down. And you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up. Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Lawrence on third down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. Now Lawrence to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Lawrence going to get this to Etienne. Touchdown, Jaguars! Travis Etienne, 47 yards. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So that drive 6 plays, 75 yards. And it was Travis Etienne on the touchdown reception capping the drive. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. From his end zone, here comes Jerome Ford. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up in a certain...
And now off to the races down the right side. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. This is Ford. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 9 yards that time.
But they've certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. Sanders now to throw again. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Jerry Jeudy finding a way to get the feet down as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field.
They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence.
Dancing to his left.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
3rd and 3. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 14 yards that time, and a 1st down on the keeper.
Running out of the gun with ETN.
And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 4. And they'll go again with ETN.
Ooh, with a juke. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
7 yards there and a 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's ETN.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
Hit and drop behind the line by Shelby Harris.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 24-yard line.
A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
ETN up the middle.
9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
The running game's played a huge part in getting him down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
On 3rd and goal, Lawrence.
The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Brenton Strange
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Jaguars are back within a score.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Get a look at Jerry Jeudy as he leads his offense back out there for this next series.
He's already approaching 100 yards and has the touchdown. I'm sure on that opposite sideline right now, they're scratching their heads saying, all right, what do we do?
And the hard part is, even if you limit him to a short catch, he has that make-you-miss ability to take it for big yardage and put in the end zone again. So trying to blanket him is very difficult, but ultimately, you've got to find a way to put him on the ground, tackle him, and he doesn't make that easy.
They're struggling with that so far. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Ford. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Sanders. Throw left side complete. That's Ford.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ford. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13.
Back to throw again. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
That is Joshua Hines-Allen working his way in for the sack.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught.
A big play there just before halftime. 43 yards.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Off play action. Sanders out to his left. Going for it all.
And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. He hit his first one. This from 44 yards out now.
Hopkins' kick is good.
And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break.
As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with the coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, back to you, too, in just a bit. But first, welcome everyone to downtown Orlando and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Back and forth, we win in that first half. This has certainly been an entertaining one to watch thus far. So let's get right back out to it as we'll rejoin our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Again, they turn to Ford. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On the ground, it's Ford. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. They run with Ford. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first. Looking to throw. Sanders. Throw left side complete. That's Ford. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. Hopkins' kick is good, and that will make this a 9-point lead. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same, because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Play action. It's Lawrence. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Well, certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were in nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 52 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. Defensively, they were in the 3-4, and that O-line just dominated the D-line there.
Let's go with a verbal telestrator here, because that D-line has a nose over the center. and it has the two defensive ends over the offensive tackles. That means the guards don't have anyone over the top of them. That creates a natural bubble inside where they sprint upfield, take on the inside linebackers, and if the back hits it fast enough, there should be space to run.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. They'll run with Strong. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Pierre Strong, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Browns take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown.
And maybe that's the magic touch right there. They didn't use him at all in the first half, at least running the football. But here they entrust him with some work down in the red zone, and he responds. 1 carry, 1 touchdown.
And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 43.
Here's Lawrence to throw. A short throw there to Strange.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Lawrence will throw. This ball caught by Strange.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence.
And Davis with it left side. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Bigsby is in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away.
Yeah, I think here's the...
There he goes left side. And he'll be out of bounds Browns, but able to get it up past the 45.
83 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory.
From the 46, here's the 2nd and 4.
They'll keep it on the ground. Ford. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Back to throw. Sanders. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage.
Now that's a killer because you think you've got it absolutely covered, and then he hot-foots it out of there and picks up a first down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
Looked like, you're exactly right. Looked like a for-sure stop on 3rd, and then the tables turn.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They go play action here on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
And the Jaguars are right back in this football game.
He's been having a good day so far, but I think he got a little overzealous on that one. Still young in this league. Has to learn to try not to do too much on an individual play because, as we all know, sometimes less is more. And throwing away is preferable to making the big mistake.
Will go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now Lawrence got his man. It's the tight end Strange with it.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
Now Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
Lawrence's throw complete there to Thomas.
And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
They'll run with Etienne and trying to shake free, but Etienne cannot. The defense will stop him short.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
That is caught, and he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
Flush to his right, and he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
They come up now on 2nd and 2. Lawrence.
And Thomas has it. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 35. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10.
Powering forward and inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Here's 1st down.
Here's Lawrence. That's caught. It's Strange, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Throwing now, Lawrence. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
And that's incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
And his kick here is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position with all 3 timeouts. I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. 4. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This now a 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Sanders. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will have a Browns first down. It has been a struggle, but it's looking like that'll be the one to seal a victory. That one looks like he'll throw here, eluding the pressure right. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. 2nd and 10. To throw again. Sanders. Oh, no, he lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that will extend their lead even further. And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
Oh, the trip home, so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full of confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we sign off from Jacksonville.